Hi everyone, my name is Josue Calderon, and in this gallery walk presentation I'm going to be your tourist guide. Okay, in this time we are going to see about the silent wait method. But what is the silent wait method? Okay, how did the method originate? Okay, this method was created by this man called Caleb in 1963. He introduced this method in his book Teaching Foreign Languages in Schools, The Silent Way. This man puts all his knowledge about teaching in his book of Teaching Foreign Languages. So, what is the main idea of this book? Is using an extensive use of silence as a language teaching method. That means that the main tool of this method is using a silence to provide knowledge for the students. So, what are the principles about this method? Okay, the principles of this method is that the use of silence and teachers' gestures. That means that the teachers only provide gestures to give or provides clue to the students to finish some activities or sentences that they are realizing in the classroom. It avoids the translation and memory repetition because the students are seeing and watching and interacting with the material that the teacher provides in that class. So they are learning and they are seeing what the teacher provides. Also, using of didactic materials as Wisner roads or feeder chart. But what is that Wisner's roads? And that roads can be for colors and sizes, and also this material provides the basic learning about colors, sizes, directions, and the feeder chart or feeder chart provides the knowledge about symbolism, about English, for example, phonetics or grammar, etc. And also the silent wait method promotes the self-sufficiency in students. That means that students believe or think that they are able to do any activity that they are doing in class or be self-sufficient to create or finish any activity in the. Okay, in the second poster we are going to see what are the teacher roles. Okay, the teacher roles in this silent wait method are that the teachers give them keywords in the activities. Okay, the teachers only provide keywords or gestures to finish that the activities. For example, in the second one, let's say the head with gestures, the teacher, for example, if students can pronounce the word bear, and the teacher say something, the teacher says something like and the student notice how to pronounce that word, so they learn by themselves. And also the teacher let students notice their mistakes by silent way. For example, if a teacher asks to students what day is today, and the student says today is Thursday, and only the teacher provides a gesture and everything is in silent, and then the student notice that it is a mistake, so he says sorry, today is Monday. So they notice their mistakes. But what is the student role? One of them are that they actively participate in class. In the majority of classes, the professor guides all the classes. But in this time, the teacher only provides some information and relevant information, but that the student provides their knowledge to that class. So the students guide the majority of that class. Also, the students help each other. The students, if they don't understand some word or pronunciation, ask to other, and they help each other. Students correct their own mistakes. As I said before, they notice that they have committed a mistake and they resolve by themselves. And finally, they use the didactic material to express ideas, feelings, or needs. For example, with the Wisner roads, they can say, "Teacher, can I go to the bathroom the right or left?" Because they learn that in that moment. So they express their needs or ideas in that moment. And is that just an example? But is there any negative aspect about using it with children? Okay, as we know, children learn different as teenagers or adults, so the learning process is different. But the negative aspect is the anxiety in kids by silence. Sometimes kids don't like to be in silence, or they stressed out with silence. So it can be a problem in the learning process. Problems to share ideas. Sometimes the students can be confused to express with the silent way the things that they are going to express. So and it is because the few information that they are receiving. But the positive aspects as the memorizing, for example, in the Wisner roads, they are learning about colors and sizes. For example, the red road, black road, red road, black road, and they are repeating and memorizing the color and the object that the teacher is using it. And also the learning the basic, as we see before, the colors and the object. So that is the negative and positive aspects. Okay, and in this final poster, as we can see, we're going to talk about what are the advantages and disadvantages of the method approach. Okay, the students are learning by themselves. That is an advantage because this learning process creates a self-sufficiency. So it motivates them to create an environment about confidence to do any activity in class or outside the class. But the disadvantages are that the teachers can evaluate them correctly or correctly the learning process, and because the teachers only evaluate for the observation method, and they can notice about who is the student that is not learning, and that can be a problem to accomplish the goals of the lesson plan. And another disadvantage is that students could be confused about symbols, because some students have this problem, especially for example in maths, numbers, and all about these topics that we can see in a English learning. So it can be a problem using the video chart. And the direct guide could replace this method, because sometimes the direct guide provides mixes of methods that accomplish any activity. But if we only use the silent way as a main method to direct our class in all the semester, can be a problem in the learning process, because they create a repetitive atmosphere in class. So is the method appropriate for elementary school and EPL classes? Okay, that is a good question because yes, only if the silent way as a casual method of teaching a language. That it means that, as I said before, sometimes different methods accomplishes the lesson plan. So the silent way can be an additional or casual method of teaching a language, not the main. And also only if it accomplishes the teacher's and the lesson plan objective. As I said before, the lesson plan has and specific objectives to accomplish the learning process. So if this method accomplish these objectives, we can use it in English language teaching. And also, how effective is the method to provide students with a meaningful impact? Okay, in my personal opinion, I put these points because I take the positive way, the positive things about this method. Resolving problems by themselves creates the self-sufficiency to create any activity. The self-sufficiency, as I said before, the self-learning process that is sometimes the better way to learn by themselves or learning something that we don't understand from our teachers. So we get better results with the self-learning process. And working in groups. The working in groups is important because we can apply it outside the school, for example, at home, in our jobs. But by the kids it is important to work in groups because also creates a friendship in that school and creates a happier or funny environment in the class. So the conclusion about the silent way method, in my personal opinion, I say that it's a good method, but it has more disadvantages than advantages. So we have to, or we could use it only if this method accomplishes another activities and accomplishes the goals that we want to get in the lesson plan or in the semester. So that is my gallery walk about this method, and I hope you like it. So I see you the next time.